Let me welcome all the greater than 200 participants for the virtual induction ceremony 2021 for the Academy of Master Surgeons Educators. Let me particularly recognize the inductees. This is not an honorific, as you see on my lapel. There's some honorific component, but the Academy is designed to explore the science of education. During the pandemic, as we all know, the science of education had been challenged more than it's ever been challenged before. All aspects, all levels of education has to be redesigned and readdressed, and we have done that. We're in the process of determining now the metrics needed to assess the best results and establish best practices. And I'm looking forward to you helping us with this effort. So each of you will need to be an active member, not just a participant, but an active member. So let me just do a few rules. I want to remind everyone that the inductees will be called upon to speak 15 seconds each. He or she will be reminding everyone to stay muted until their name is called. So now let me have the pleasure and honor of introducing Dr. Sachdeeva. Let me first highlight he was the visionary of this academy and has been the pioneer, obviously the catalyst and the promoter.
Thank you very much, Dr. Britt. On behalf of the Division of Education, I would like to warmly welcome everyone to the 4th annual induction ceremony of the American College of Surgeons Academy of Master Surgeon Educators. As many of you know, I have had the great honor and privilege of serving as co-chair of the steering committee of this academy, along with Dr. L.D. Britt. I would like to begin by recognizing the stellar leadership of Dr. Britt that has been pivotal in the major strides the academy has made since it was established. 7 years ago, the American College of Surgeons Board of Regents unanimously approved a proposal of the Division of Education to establish this unique academy. A steering committee composed of preeminent master surgeon educators was appointed. The model for this academy was created, and the standards and criteria for admission to the academy were defined. The academy was formally launched in 2017. Initial applications for membership in the categories of member and associate member were accepted in 2018. Each application underwent stringent peer review conducted by the steering committee of the academy. The initial cohort of founding members and associate members was thus selected and was inducted later that year. A new category of affiliate membership was introduced in 2019, and since then, each year, applications for membership in the aforementioned 3 categories have been rigorously reviewed by the steering committee, and individuals have been selected and inducted. The mission of the academy is to play a key leadership role across all surgical specialties, promoting the highest achievements in the lifetimes of surgeons. As Dr. Britt has mentioned, the academy is much more than an honorific body. It is an active and very impactful group that has been engaged in the pursuit of a range of innovative and exciting programs. In 2019, the Academy organized a special symposium on emerging technologies and artificial intelligence prior to the Academy's induction ceremony. In the spring of 2020, during the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic, a special committee of the Academy was appointed with renowned experts in surgical education as members to address the challenges and opportunities in surgery residency training during the pandemic, and to specially focus on transformational changes in surgical training that will endure long after the pandemic. The exciting work of this committee has resulted in the rigorous study of the impact of the pandemic on surgical training, publication of 5 manuscripts in prestigious peer-reviewed journals, and a few more manuscripts are on their way. Establishment of new programs of virtual surgery grand rounds and virtual fireside chats, both of which have been very well received. Launch of a listserv of the Academy to promote dialogues on timely topics. Pursuit of models for effective virtual interviews for residency training, something we've all been engaged with during the pandemic. Initiation of steps to define strategies to engage residents in telemedicine and telehealth, again, a burgeoning trend that has taken hold during the pandemic. Design of the framework of a unique surgical education web portal that will house very, very special peer-reviewed educational resources and materials that will be available to the membership of the Academy and beyond. Also, the committee defined a disaster plan for surgical education to address surgery residency training and well-being during future crises. Hopefully, we won't have another pandemic for another 100 years, but certainly other crises will occur, and we need disaster plans for surgical education, even beyond the surgical department plans for clinical care that exist at many institutions. Initial work of this special committee was presented during the symposium of the Academy at the 2020 Virtual Clinical Congress of the College. The Academy's symposium during the upcoming 2021 Virtual Clinical Congress that begins next week will focus on the future transformational changes in surgery residency training that are founded on the experiences we have had over the past 18 months. Also, over the past year, communication with the entire membership of the Academy has been greatly enhanced through regular newsletters that are sent electronically to all members, associate members, and affiliate members. In addition, we have appointed a special task force on international outreach to engage qualified international surgeon educators, especially from low and middle income countries, in the programs of the Academy. The Academy continues to grow in numbers and has attracted phenomenal expertise from across the House of Surgery and indeed from across the world. This year, we pursued special efforts to encourage qualified surgeon educators from surgical specialties beyond general surgery and from countries outside the United States to apply for membership. This effort resulted in a large number of applicants from these two groups. Overall, we received a total of 119 applications in the three categories, those of member, associate member, and affiliate member. After a stringent peer review, the steering committee selected 35 individuals as members, 44 as associate members, and 6 as affiliate members. Individuals selected from surgical specialties beyond general surgery include surgeon educators from cardiothoracic surgery, colon and rectal surgery, GYN oncology, otolaryngology, pediatric surgery, plastic and reconstructive surgery, and vascular surgery. International surgeon educators who were selected are from Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Greece, India, Italy, Jamaica, Jordan, Kenya, Nigeria, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Kingdom. This afternoon, we will induct this 2021 cohort of inductees. I would like to congratulate all the inductees for this very, very high achievement and for their truly landmark contributions to surgical education. I would also like to recognize the guests of these inductees who have joined us at this ceremony. Many leaders of the American College of Surgeons are with us at this induction ceremony, and several of them will welcome you, and the attendees will be highlighted. I would like to thank the college leaders for their strong support for the Academy. I would like to especially thank Dr. David Hoyt, the Executive Director of the American College of Surgeons, for his outstanding leadership, invaluable guidance, and steadfast support. I would like to recognize and thank profusely the members of the steering committee of the Academy for their exemplary commitment and their absolutely extraordinary contributions to this landmark Academy. I will start with Dr. L.D. Britt, who, as I mentioned previously, has been a fantastic co-chair of the steering committee, Sir Murray Brennan, Dr. Harley DeBars, Dr. David Hoyt, Dr. Scott Levin, Dr. Lee Newmeyer, Dr. Carlos Pellegrini, and Dr. Anton Sadawe. Please join me in giving them a virtual round of applause. Finally, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the following staff members of the Division of Education who put their heart and soul into this Academy and continue to make huge contributions. Dr. Elisa Nagler, who welcomed all of you at the beginning of the ceremony, and Ms. Susan Newman, who serve as the core staff of the Academy. Their dedication to the Academy remains legendary. Mr. Steven Samalchek, who recently joined this core team and has been a wonderful new addition. Ms. Patrice Blair, who continues to significantly advance the goals and programs of the Academy. Ms. Linda Lupi, who continues to make major contributions to the Academy. Ms. Deidre McGrory, who supports many activities of the Academy, and Mr. Olivier Petineau and Ms. Sankwam Ratsawong, who are providing technical support for this virtual induction ceremony. Please join me in giving these staff members, who are truly very special, a loud virtual round of applause. Once again, welcome to this joyous and very special event, and congratulations to all the inductees. We look forward to your many, many contributions to the Academy in the years ahead. And now I will turn the program back to Dr. Brett. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sachdeva. Now, let me recognize and highlight Dr. Sachdeva's visionary leadership. But it's time for the candidates to be inducted. Let me remind each candidate, please unmute when your name is called. And remember to mute after you have completed speaking. I will pause after each name, after I read the name, to allow the member to speak for up to 15 seconds. After all 15 members have been announced and have spoken, I will ask for a virtual round of applause for all member inductees. Professor Anthony Bazard.
I'm from Melbourne, Australia, down under, the most locked down city in the world. I'm very honored part of this group, so thank you very much.
I will now ask Dr. Herbert Shen, the next inductee.
Thank you so much, Dr. Britt. Greetings from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm Herb Chen, the chair at UAB, and I'm so honored to be a member of this Academy. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now introduce Dr. Stephen C. Clark.
Hello, Stephen Clark. I'm a cardiothoracic surgeon from the United Kingdom. Thank you very much to all of the committee for this honour and privilege, for which I'm very grateful, and especially speaking as an international fellow of the American College of Surgeons. Thank you too for the support of my family and colleagues, without which I wouldn't be sitting here today, so thank you.
Welcome, Dr. Clark. Next, Dr. Newton D. Duncan.
I am Newton Duncan from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm grateful to the American College of Surgeons for electing me to this illustrious academy. Thanks to my colleagues at the University of the West Indies, Mona. Thanks to Jacob Langer, Henry Ford, and Joseph Plummer for recommending me. And to Venugopal Sivarajan, thanks for patience and mentorship.
Thank you, Dr. Duncan. And then Dr. Diana Farmer, Diana L. Farmer.
It is such an honor to be included in this organization. I just want to say thank you so much at this stage in my career. Just a tremendous honor.
Thank you, Dr. Farmer. Next will be Dr. Paula Ferrata.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. My name is Paula Ferrata. I am a trauma surgeon and division and system chief for trauma and acute care surgery at Inova Health in Fairfax, Virginia. I want to thank my mentors for nominating me, for allowing me to understand how important teaching and mentoring was, my mentees for the honor to teach them and learn from them, and the college for the opportunity to be part of this wonderful group. I appreciate the honor.
Thank you, Dr. Ferrata. I will now introduce Dr. Deborah Holly Ford. Dr. Ford.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I'm Deborah Ford, a colorectal surgeon from Howard University College of Medicine. Thank you so much for the honor and privilege to join this august group of surgical educators. Thank you to my mentors, trainees, students, past and present. I look forward to doing the work of the Academy and continuing to mentor and train a diverse group of surgical educators. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ford. I will now introduce Dr. Julianne Freischlag.
Thanks so much for allowing me to be a member of this illustrious academy like those before me. What a wonderful opportunity. And we've all been taught by great people and we need to continue to teach. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dr. Fleischlag. We will now recognize Dr. Amy J. Goldberg.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. Amy Goldberg here in Philadelphia at the Lewis Katz School of Medicine at Temple University. I want to thank Dr. Enrique Hernandez, who nominated me, and Drs. Mellinger and Beisky, who wrote supporting letters. I especially want to thank the college and the steering committee and both Drs. Britt and Dr. Sachdeva. I definitely want to take a moment to express my gratitude to Dr. John Daly, who was a member of the inaugural class of Master Surgeon Educators. I am literally sitting in his chair right now. I miss him dearly and appreciate his mentorship and his guidance all throughout my career. Thank you. What an honor.
Thank you, Dr. Goldberg. And now the next inductee is Dr. Ronald Herschel. Dr. Herschel.
Thank you, Ron Herschel, a pediatric surgeon at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. And I want to thank the American College of Surgeons and the Academy for this recognition. I truly am honored to now be among what I consider to be the most committed and passionate surgical educators anywhere today.
Thank you, Dr. Herschel. Now we will introduce the next inductee, Dr. Lillian S. Squall.
Lillian Cow, I'm the Division Chief of Acute Care Surgery at McGovern Med School at UT Houston. Thank you so much for the honor and privilege of being inducted, and I really look forward to embarking on a journey with all of you to improve surgical education. Thank you.
Thank you. Next inductee will be Dr. K. Craig Kent. Dr. Kent.
Hi, thanks, Dr. Britt. Craig Kent, vascular surgeon at University of Virginia. Just want to thank everyone for this incredible opportunity. Education is probably one of the most important missions that we have as academic surgeons. So really privileged to be part of this group.
Thank you, Dr. Kent. Next inductee will be Dr. V. Suzanne Klimberg. Dr. Klimberg.
Thank you, sir. I'm so honored to be amongst these esteemed colleagues, and I really want to thank all my mentors, which have been many. And just to say, I'm at the University of Texas Medical School in Galveston. And as Dr. Spencer said, the great aim of education is knowledge, but action, and I'm ready to get to work with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Klimberg. Our next inductee will be Dr. Konstantinidis.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. This is a great honor for me. I am Konstantinos Konstantinidis from Athens, Greece. I am the one who introduced laparoscopic and robotic surgery in this part of the world. This honor to become a member of the Academy of Master Surgeon Educators is the greatest for me. I want to thank the American College of Surgeons and the steering committee of this project. And I want to thank my wife, Marilena, who's sitting next to me and enjoying this award. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Next inductee will be Dr. James R. Korndorfer. Dr. Korndorfer.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. Jim Korndorfer, minimally invasive surgeon and Vice Chair of Education of the Department of Surgery at Stanford. I want to thank also the committee as well as Dr. Sachdeva and the ACS for the honor of joining this august group of elite educators. And I want to extend my congratulations to all of the other inductees and look forward to continuing to participate in this important work that the Academy is performing.
Thank you, Dr. Korndorfer. Our next inductee will be Dr. Sunil Kumar. Dr. Kumar.
Thank you very much. It's Dr. Sunil Kumar from city of Jamshedpur in India. I'm very privileged, honored to be a part of this academy. I bow my head in front of Lord Shiva and very thankful to my family and friends for believing in me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar. And now I'd like to introduce Dr. J. Wayne Meredith, President of the American College of Surgeons. Dr. Meredith.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I'd like to thank several important mentors, among whom it would be you, J. David Richardson in memoriam, and Julie Freischlag. I really appreciate the honor of being inducted into this august society and August Academy, I guess is more proper. And I really look forward to rolling up our sleeves and getting to work on some of the important issues that face us in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Meredith. And now the next inductee would be Dr. Susan Diane Moffett-Bruce. Dr. Moffett-Bruce.
So I'm Susan Moffett-Bruce. I am the CEO of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Canada. I'm a thoracic surgeon and a professor of surgery here at the University of Ottawa in Canada. I'm totally honored to truly stand on the shoulder of giants today, many of whom are here. I look forward to our continued collaborations between our colleges. Thank you so much for this honor.
Thank you, Dr. Moffett-Bruce. Our next inductee will be Dr. Ann Charlotte Mostenthal.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. It is really an honor and a privilege to be part of this esteemed group. I would like to thank my mentors, many of whom are on this call, as well as the amazing generations of residents and students that I have trained, that I have learned so much from. And I look forward to working with this group to advance our education in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mostenthal. We will now introduce the next inductee, will be Dr. Nancy Dugal-Perrier. Dr. Perrier.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. It's such an honor and a pleasure. I'm Nancy Perrier. I'm the chief of endocrine surgeon at MD Anderson Cancer Center here in Houston, Texas. And for all of the, those that have taught us and for the responsibility that we have for teaching, I'm just going to leave with saying there's no other limb so well adapted for every work as that of our hands. And to use our hands and our fingers and our minds to help each other is just awesome in every sense of the word. I look forward to moving things forward to help the next generation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Perrier. We will now introduce Dr. David Powell. Dr. Powell.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I'd like to thank the college and the academy for this great honor, and I'm really excited to see what we can accomplish. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Powell. We will now introduce Dr. Raul J. Rosenthal. Dr. Rosenthal.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I am the regional chairman for the Digestive Disease and Surgical Institute at Cleveland Clinic, Florida, and I'd like to thank the college for the honor of becoming a member of this academy. A special thank you to Dr. Stephen D. Wexner, my mentor, role model, and dearest friend, and obviously my family for supporting my career to becoming an academic surgeon and reaching this great milestone. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rosenthal. Next inductee will be Dr. Valerie W. Roosh, past president of American College of Surgeons. Dr. Roosh.
Dr. Britt, thank you very much for this exceptional honor. It's truly a privilege to be part of this group. I've always felt that one of our greatest legacies are those whom we educate, and I look forward to participating in the Academy activities and doing everything that we can to strengthen the activities of the college.
Thank you very much, Dr. Roosh. Our next inductee will be Dr. Bruce Shermer.
Thank you very much, Dr. Britt. It's a real honor and privilege to be asked to join the Academy, and I feel very humbled by it. My name is Bruce Shermer, and I've been at the University of Virginia for my entire career, where I serve as Vice Chair for Education.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Shermer. Our next inductee will be Dr. Stephen D. Schwarzberg.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. It's a true honor to be inducted into the Academy. I want to give a special thank you to David Hoyt, who encouraged me to participate with this group. That's been a true joy for the last year and a half. Special thanks to my mentors who are on this call, Ken Maddox, David Feliciano, so many friends. It is such an honor to be with so many really great people. And a special thank you to my wife, who is the real educator in our family. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Schwarzberg. And the next inductee will be Dr. Murray E. Sebelik. Dr. Sebelik.
Greetings from Atlanta, Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm a head and neck surgeon. Thank you, Dr. Britt, and to the college and the steering committee for this enormous honor. I will do my best to live up to it. I am so grateful to the many students, trainees, and colleagues with whom I've been privileged to work. And I am most grateful to my son, Will, who joins me today for helping me build years of latex and silicone surgical simulators. I cannot wait to work with the Academy to advance the unique science of surgical education.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sebelik. We will now introduce the next inductee, Professor Jonathan Serpell. Dr. Serpell.
Thank you so much, Dr. Britt. I'm Jonathan Serpell, endocrine surgeon from Alfred Hospital, Monash University, Melbourne, Australia. This is a very great honor and a major highlight of my career. I'd like to thank Professor Graham Layer, who nominated me, and all my mentors, colleagues, and family. And thank you very much. And I really look forward to being part of this very major educational group. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Serpell. We'll now introduce the next inductee will be Dr. Moshan Shabahan.
It's been an honor to work with the Academy over the past year and a half since the COVID period started. I just want to thank you. I want to thank Dr. Sachdeva, all the staff, Dr. Nagler, Susan Newman, Stephen, and this truly is an honor, and it's a pleasure to be able to contribute to the educational mission of the college.
Thank you, Dr. Shabahan. The next inductee will be Dr. Ashok R. Shah. Dr. Shah.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. It's a great honor to be a member of this organization. One of the greatest joy in academic surgery is to participate in the training of our juniors. In that regards, I'm so proud to be a member of this illustrious organization. It also encourages me to continue my commitment to the academic surgery. I'd like to express my sincere thanks to my referees, Dr. Jatin Shah, Patricia Newman, and Peter Angelus. Be safe and God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Shah. The next inductee will be Dr. Kenneth W. Sharp. Dr. Sharp.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I'm here representing Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm really honored to join this group. I want to have a special shout out to Dr. Scott Levin for stimulating me, to Dr. Chris Ellison for sponsoring me, and to the two of my mentees that supported my application, Dr. Rebecca Britt, no name, your namesake, Dr. Britt, and Dr. John Stewart.
Thank you, Dr. Sharp. Next will be Dr. Thoroth M. Sant III, the next inductee. Dr. Sant.
Thank you very much. I'm a cardiac surgeon in Boston. I certainly appreciate the opportunity to participate in this worthwhile effort. I am grateful for the support. I see Steve Yang and Timothy Eberline on the line. Timothy and I go back a long way. Keith Lillamo, I think, is out hunting pheasants right now, so he's not on the line, but I appreciate his support as well. I look forward to working with everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Sant. Our next inductee is Dr. Gary Timmerman. Dr. Timmerman.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I am Gary Timmerman, general surgeon, professor, and chair from the USD Sanford School of Medicine in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Dr. Lillamo is probably going to be joining me pheasant hunting as well here in South Dakota. I am sincerely and deeply humbled to be included in membership. Thank you to my ACS colleagues for motivating me to teach in a rural environment. I pray I'll exemplify the values and high expectations of the Academy and will never forget this privilege bestowed upon me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Timmerman. Our next inductee will be Dr. Francisca A. Toilette Belsek.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I am I'm the Chief of Pediatric Surgery at the State University of New York.
Thank you, Dr. Belsek. Our next inductee will be Dr. Ara Vapasaryan. Dr. Vapasaryan.
Thanks, Dr. Britt. It's Ara Vaporjan. I'm thoracic surgeon chief at UTMD Anderson. I want to thank you and this Academy, and especially Steve Yang, for nominating me. I want to thank all my colleagues, without whose help none of the interventions I ever thought up or participated in would come true. I want to thank all my trainees who sometimes served as my lab rats and frequently were always the focus of what I tried to do. And of course, I want to thank my patients who, without their help, I wouldn't be able to do anything. And then finally, my family and my wife. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Valporcian. We will now ask for a round of applause for all inducted members. First round. Thank you. We will now come to the new associate members, Dr. Hiba Abdel Aziz. Dr. Aziz.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. Hiba Abdelaziz, Qatar. I would like to thank the committee. I'm humbled by their selection and truly honored to be in the company of such accomplished colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Aziz. We will now welcome the inductee, Dr. Wissam Talal Abuzanada.
Thank you, Dr. Britt, and thank you for the Academy. This is Wissam Abuzanada. I'm a vascular surgeon and the Chief Academic Officer of the Saudi Commission for Health Specialties. From Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I want to thank the college, the academy for the honor and the recognition. And I want to thank my students, my residents, and my mentors from Saudi, from Canada, and from the States. Thank you, Dr. Sardar Turki. Thank you, Dr. Sharon Henry. And thank you, Dr. Karen Brazel. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next inductee will be Dr. Michael Amendola. Dr. Amendola.
Dr. Britt, thank you very much. Just hailing down the street from you in Richmond, Virginia, Chief of Vascular Surgery at the VA Medical Center, Professor at VCU Medical Center. Thank you to the college, and also to my family for the continued efforts and support of what I do in surgery, and most importantly to Brian Kaplan, who nominated me. I look forward to the work ahead. I think it's important work. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Amendola. Our next inductee will be Dr. Fern Amercy. Dr. Amercy.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. Greetings from Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, California. I'm really honored and humbled to be inducted with this esteemed group of educators. I'm a surgical oncologist and program director in general surgery, and I really wanted to thank my mentor, Dr. Bruce Gewertz, for nominating me. Looking forward to participating and working with all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Mercy. Next inductee will be Dr. Tanya K. Aurora. Dr. Aurora.
Thank you, Dr. Yes, thank you, Dr. Britt. It's a privilege to be here with all of you today. I'm a surgical oncologist from Augusta University at the Medical College of Georgia, program director of the general surgery residency and the assistant dean for learner diversity and equity and inclusion. I'm really grateful to be a member of this incredible organization and to be a part of this elite group of educators. I look forward to one day aspiring to be one of the members. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aurora. Our next inductee will be Dr. Glenn Thomas Alt. So Dr. Alt.
Good afternoon, everyone from Los Angeles. I'm Glenn Alt. I am a professor of surgery here and a colorectal surgeon at the University of Southern California. I wanted to thank the college and the steering committee for this honor, and I look forward to working with all of you. I also want to thank, like others, my mentors and all the residents and fellows and students that have allowed me to do what I do. Thank you, Dr. Britt.
Thank you, Dr. Alt. Our next inductee will be Dr. Krista R. Balinoff. Dr. Balinoff.
Hi, I am so honored to be here. Coming from University of Kansas, I'm a breast surgical oncologist. I was in private practice for many years and finally made my way back to academic medicine. And I've been thrilled to really be nurtured and mentored in building on my dream of doing education. And I'm really excited to be part of this group.
Thank you, Dr. Balinoff. Our next inductee will be Dr. Paris D. Butler. Dr. Butler.
Hello, everyone. My name is Paris Butler. I am a plastic and reconstructive surgeon in Philadelphia at the University of Pennsylvania. And I'm really honored to have received this distinction. I'd like to sincerely thank Dr. Britt, Dr. Steve, and the selection committee. I'm truly honored and feel incredibly privileged to have been inducted into this esteemed Academy of Surgical Educators. I've had an embarrassment of outstanding mentors, so many thanks to them, many of which are on this call today. And I promise to do my part in paying that mentorship forward. Thank you, Dr. Britt.
Thank you, Dr. Butler. Our next inductee will be Dr. Tanto Chung. Dr. Chung.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I'm Tanto Chung from Hong Kong. I'm an X3P surgeon. I'm coming from University of Hong Kong Queen Mary Hospital. I'm very honored to be part of the society, and I will contribute my best to education. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chung. Our next inductee will be Dr. Audra A. Duncan. Dr. Duncan.
Hi, thank you, Dr. Britt. This is Audra Duncan. I'm the Chief of Vascular Surgery at Western University in London, Ontario. I want to thank my mentors, many of whom are on this call. And as always, it's always a privilege to be part of the ACS endeavors, but in particular, this one really speaks to my passion for education. So I look forward to the work ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Duncan. Our next inductee is Dr. David A. Edelman. Dr. Edelman.
Hi, David Edelman here from Wayne State University in Detroit. I'm a MIS surgeon as well as the program director for the general surgery program. I'd like to thank the American College of Surgeons and the Academy for the opportunity to be an associate member, and I look forward to working with everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Edelman. The next inductee is Dr. Eric Allen Grantworker. Dr. Grantworker.
Thank you so much, Dr. Britt. I'm Eric Gantworker. I'm an associate professor at the Zucker School of Medicine at Northwell Hofstra and a pediatric otolaryngologist at Long Island Jewish Cohen Children's Medical Center. I want to thank, obviously, Dr. Sachiva, Dr. Britt, for even making this possible. Obviously, innumerable surgeons and mentors. Those who wrote my letters, Dr. Healy, Dr. Grossman, Dr. Fidiakorn, my master's program in the Harvard Macy program, where I learned a lot of the things that I put into practice every day. My parents, who sacrificed a lot for my brother and I's education. My brother, who's also a surgeon and neurosurgeon in Los Angeles, who was really somebody I looked up to, and really drove me to be where I'm at today. And lastly, my fiance, who's really supported me through all of this.
Thank you, Dr. Gantworker. Our next inductee will be Dr. Denise W.G. Dr. G.
Thanks, Dr. Britt. Thanks to the ACS and Dr. Sachdeva as well for the honor of being part of this esteemed academy. I'm an MIS surgeon at the Massachusetts General Hospital, and I just want to take the time to thank my mentors, Dr. Warshaw, Dr. Lilimo, who encouraged me to apply, my MGH surgical education family, includaking Dr. Roy Fidiakon and also Dr. Emil Petruzza, who will be inducted today as well, and to Dr. Adnan El-Saidi, who also supported my application. Finally, to all the residents and trainees who inspire me every day, as well as to my family who also support me and are by my side every single day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. G. Our next inductee will be Dr. Mary L. Germigiani.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. My name is Mary Geminiani. I'm a professor of surgery and breast surgery fellowship director at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York City. I am so honored to be elected to this society. I want to thank the college, the steering committee, and all my mentors for this honor. And I'm so thrilled to contribute to the future of surgical education and to work with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Geminiani. Our next inductee is Dr. Daniel John Gravel. Dr. Gravel.
Thank you, Dr. Britt, for this incredible honor. I'm a professor of surgery and trauma and acute care surgery at West Virginia University. I'd just like to thank all my friends and mentors along the way from Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and my colleagues here in West Virginia, and especially all my friends and colleagues in the Navy that I've worked with and served with along the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gravel. Next is inductee is Dr. Osama H. Hamed. Dr. Hamed.
Thank you, Dr. Britt, for this great honor. My name is Osama Hamed. I'm currently the governor of the Georgia chapter of the American College of Surgeons. I would like to thank the steering committee for approving my application to be among this prestigious group of surgeons. I would like also to have special thanks to Dr. Abdullah Bashir, who is with us. He's the ex-governor of Jordan chapter and a great mentor. And also our prayers goes to Dr. Jamal Hubballah and the Lebanese people with all the problem that they have. He has supported my application with a great letter. Thank you very much for being here. I would love to learn from all of you about surgical education and contribute my part in this part of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hamed. Our next inductee will be Dr. William Hope. Dr. Hope.
Hey, I'm William Hope. I'm a general MIS surgeon in Wilmington, North Carolina, and the general surgery residency program director. I'd like to thank the college and the academy for this great honor and thank all my mentors, residents, and trainees. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hope. The next inductee is Dr. A.J. John.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm AJ Jain. I'm the Chief of Division of Surgical Oncology and the Core Medical Director for the Stevenson Cancer Center at the University of Oklahoma. It's a huge honor to join such an accomplished group of surgeons and educators. I've looked up to so many of you for such a long time. I hope I can make some meaningful contributions and be of service to this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jain. Our next inductee is Dr. Shanada M. Johnson. Dr. Johnson.
Thank you very much, Dr. Britt. I'm Dr. Shanita Johnson. I'm an MIS in bariatric surgeon and the general surgery program director at Morehouse School of Medicine in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you very much to the college and the academy for this honor of being inducted into this prestigious academy. I also would like to thank my colleagues, trainees, family, and mentors. I look forward to collaborating with you and the academy. Thanks again.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Our next inductee is Dr. Stephen M. Kavik. Dr. Kavik.
Hello, Steve Kavik, University of Maryland, Vice Chair of Education. How are things? I would like to acknowledge the Executive Director and my immediate predecessor as the University of Maryland Program Director, Dr. Patricia Turner. Hello, greetings from your old home in Baltimore. I will cede all of the rest of my time to all the other program directors who will need it to review applications. Best of luck.
Thank you, Dr. Kavik. Our next inductee is Dr. Oyen Tondra F. Corrie. Dr. Corrie.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Tombra Koroye. I'm a general surgeon from the Niger Delta University in Nigeria. It's indeed a great honor to be associated with such distinguished master surgeon educators. It's one of the significant highlights of my career. I want to specially thank Dr. Sachdeva and Professor Stephen D. Wexner. I'd also like to thank my colleagues and my wife and family. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Corrie. Our next inductee is Dr. Anjali S. Kumar. Dr. Kumar.
Greetings. I'm humbled to be part of this esteemed group of academic surgeons. I'm Anjali Kumar. I'm a colorectal surgeon and the director of surgical education at a new medical school in the beautiful state of Washington. It's called the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine at Washington State University. We're addressing workforce shortages and provision of rural surgery in our state, and I'm really looking forward to learning about this subject from each of you. I'd like to thank the ACS Castle program for their mentorship through my application and dedicate my induction to my late chairman, Dr. Claude Organ, whose photo graces each of my offices across the state of Washington.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar. The next inductee is Dr. Jennifer LaFemina. Dr. Femina.
Thank you, Dr. Britt, and greetings from Worcester, Massachusetts. I'm the program director for general surgery here at UMass. I'm incredibly indebted to the college, to the academy, to my mentors and colleagues, many of whom are on this call, including my supporters for the academy, Dr. Sminkin Al-Saidi. We are in such an incredibly dynamic and exciting time in surgical education, and the sky is the limit. And I look forward to working with each of you on that future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. LaFemina. The next inductee is Dr. Carter Labaris. Dr. Labaris.
I'm Carter Labaris. I'm an associate professor of acute care and minimally invasive surgery at UCSF, and I'm director of the Center for Mindfulness in Surgery. I'd like to thank my mentors, Hobart Harris, Nancy Asher, and Linda Riley, for encouraging me in my pursuit of research around surgical education. Carlos Pellegrini for encouraging me to apply to this academy, for which I am incredibly honored to become an associate member. And my husband, Peter Labaris, who really teaches me how to live a meaningful life. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Labaris. Our next inductee is Dr. Louis E. Larinina.
Thank you, Dr. Britt, Dr. Sensiva, American College of Surgeons. Luis Larina here from University of South Florida. I'm a trauma critical care surgeon. I'm deeply humbled to join such a great group, people that I've admired, and I look forward to working with you. I'd like to thank my parents for sacrificing so much to give me what I could have, and for my family and colleagues, and I'm ready to roll up my sleeves and get to the business of the college. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next inductee is Dr. Michael J. Malinowski.
Dr. Britt, thank you. My name is Mike Malinowski. I'm a vascular surgeon at the Medical College of Wisconsin. I want to thank the Academy and the college for the selection and just reiterate what a great honor it is to be a part of such esteemed educators who understand that surgical education is not just a personal legacy, but a pillar of our profession. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Malinowski. Thank you. The next inductee is Dr. Luca Morelli. Dr. Morelli.
I am a general surgeon and the surgical director of the only Italian educational center accredited by American College of Surgeons in Italy. It's a great honor for me to be included in such a prestigious academy. I want to thank Professor Fabrizio Michelasi for supporting me in the application, and a special thought for my mentor, Professor Franco Mosca, who passed away last year. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Morelli. Our next inductee is Dr. Raghu Lasamana Notaganali Holly. Dr. Motaganali Holly.
Hi, Dr. Brett. Thank you. My name is Raghu Motkanahali. I'm a vascular surgeon, the professor of surgery, as well as the division head of vascular surgery at the Indiana University School of Medicine. I thank the Academy for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this August group. I also want to thank my late parents, my brother, my sister, as well as my wife for working with me in this journey. I look forward to working with each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Motaganahali. Our next inductee is Dr. Benedict C. Home. Dr. Home.
My name is Benedict Nwome. I am a pediatric surgeon from the great state of Ohio, from the Ohio State University. I'm also currently the president of the Pediatric Surgery Program Directors. Thank you for including pediatric surgery in this great academy. I want to thank my sponsors, Dr. Chris Ellison, Dr. Tom Verghese, and Dr. Val Mfonsam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kwame. Our next inductee is Dr. Daniel Kenyuro Ajuka. Dr. Ajuka.
I am Daniel Ajuka, senior lecturer at the University of Nairobi Department of Surgery, and I am grateful for inclusion in this group. I thank my wife, Dr. Lydia Kutoi, and my family at large for working with me in this, and I am greatly honored to be among this group from Kenya, from this part of the world during such a tremendous time that we have in the world, and will be putting my energies in thinking through with the rest of us on how to do surgical education during these times. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ajuka. Our next inductee is Dr. Andrea S. Parker. Dr. Parker.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I'm Andrea Parker. I'm also from Kenya, just a bit west of Dr. Ajuka. I'm a general surgeon and the assistant program director at our surgical residency program here. I'd like to thank the Academy for this incredible honor, and I look forward to working with all of you to continue to advance surgical education globally. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Parker. Our next inductee is Dr. Nail Maloney Patel. Dr. Patel.
My name is Nell Maloney Patel. I'm an associate professor of surgery at Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School in New Brunswick, where I'm also the program director for the general surgery residency program. I'm particularly honored to be selected for this society this year with all of you illustrious other members. I want to particularly thank the ACS selection committee, my mentors, in particular you, Dr. L.D. Britt, who set the role for me as a program director when I was at EVMS, and the nominees for this membership, including Dr. Mosenthal on this call and Dr. Leonard Lee. I'm also grateful to my family for their support as they allow me to fulfill my goals of helping with education of our next generation of surgical trainees and residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Patel. Our next inductee is Dr. Timothy M. Pollock. Dr. Pollock.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. My name is Tim Pollock. I'm a surgical oncologist and chair of surgery at The Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio. I'm humbled and honored to be inducted as an associate member today and look forward to contributing in meaningful ways in the years ahead. I would like to thank the college as well as all my mentees and mentors. In particular, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Dr. Richard Lynn and Dr. Barbara Bass. And in particular, I'd like to thank Dr. Christopher Ellison for sponsoring me, for befriending me, and for continuing to serve and as an exemplar par excellence of what it looks like to be a master surgeon for all of us at Ohio State. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pollock. Our next inductee is Dr. Patrizio Patron. Dr. Patron.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Patricio Petrone from NYU Langone Hospital, Long Island.
and NYU Long Island School of Medicine. And I would like to thank you, the Academy, for this great honor through my story in my career. To my chairman, Dr. Colin Bradway, John McNellis, and Josh Belmahos for their support for my application. And to my dearest wife, Marcela, for her continued support for the long journey that we have taken together. I look forward to actively participate in the Academy and to work with all of you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Patron. Our next inductee is Dr. Marcio A.F. Riberia, Jr. Dr. Riberia.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bright. It's a great honor for me to be introduced to a group of people. I'm a general and trauma surgeon from Brazil, from the Catholic University of São Paulo. So I'm looking forward to be joining the group and helping to provide a better medical education for our surgeons. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Riberia. Our next inductee is Dr. Angie Rizzo. Dr. Rizzo.
Thank you so much, Dr. Britt and Dr. Sachdeeva, for this honor. I'm a friendly neighborhood trauma surgeon and system surgical chair at the Guthrie Clinics, and it's quite an honor to join this amazing group of educators. I, of course, would like to thank my family and most importantly, my husband, who have supported me throughout my career, but also my mentors like Dr. Flint and my mentees like Dr. Hendershot, who taught me the joy of education. So thank you very much, and I look forward to participating.
Thank you. Our next inductee is Dr. Edgardo S. Salcedo. Dr. Salcedo.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I'm Skeeter Salcedo. I'm a professor of surgery and trauma and acute care surgery at the UC Davis in Sacramento, California. I'm the program director for our general surgery residency out here and a surgical education fellowship program as well. I'm the interim vice chair of education for the department. Congratulations to everyone. Thanks to the selection committee, my mentors, mentees, friends, and family over the years. I really can't wait to work with all of you. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Salcedo. Our next inductee is Dr. Susan Staneman. Dr. Staneman.
I'm extremely honored to work with this diverse, energetic, and iconic group of educators, and I hope to work hard to make my contributions worthy of the support. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Steineman. Our next inductee is Dr. James Sullivan. Dr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. It's a real honor to be inducted into this group as an associate member. I'd like to take a quick moment to thank my mentors, including Professor Tom Reeve, Professor Delbridge from Sydney, Australia, from Houston, Texas, where I work at Baylor College of Medicine, practicing at the Ben Taub Hospital, as well as Baylor St. Luke's Medical Center, Drs. Maddox, Wall, Fisher, my lifelong mentor, Dr. Perrier, who is on this call, our chairman, Dr. Rosengart. I'm so appreciative of all the support through the years, all the guidance, and look forward to paying it forward in surgical education in the years to come. Thank you again.
Thank you, Dr. Sullivan. Our next inductee is Dr. Cynthia L. Talley. Dr. Talley.
Hi, thank you, everyone. I'm Dr. Cynthia Talley, and I'm a acute care surgeon and vice chair of education at Medical University of South Carolina in Charleston, South Carolina. I want to thank my chair, Prab Baliga, and two fantastic mentors, Dr. Linworth Jacobs and Dr. PJ Chenart, for supporting my application. Thank you to Dr. Britt and to Dr. Sachdeeva for their vision with this academy. And I look forward to collaborating with this group. Congratulations to my fellow inductees. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Talley. The next inductee is Dr. Anthony Y.B. Tia.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I'm Anthony Teo from the Chinese University of Hong Kong. I'm a Deputy Director of Endoscopy as well as Professor of Surgery in my unit. I feel truly honored to be inducted as an associate member of the Academy by the college. I would like to thank my mentors, mentees, and family and their continued support throughout the years, and I look forward to my continued provision to surgical education, both virtually and physically. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Teo. The next inductee is Dr. Gabriela Valaquez. Dr. Valaquez.
Thank you, Dr. Brett. It's really a privilege to be here with you today. I'm Gabi Velasquez. I'm a vascular surgeon at Wake Forest University. And I really want to thank my mentors, colleagues, and trainees that inspire me every day to be a better surgeon and a better educator. I'm really looking forward to start working with you and learn from you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Valaquez. Our next inductee is Dr. Andrew Wexler. Dr. Wexler.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andy Wexler. I'm a craniofacial plastic surgeon in Los Angeles with Kaiser Permanente and the University of Southern California. Since I'm honored to have this position, a majority of my current activities involve the education of young surgeons in 9 different African countries, and I look forward to being able to employ some of the products of this academy to our colleagues in some of the low-resource countries where I primarily work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Wexler. Our next inductee is Dr. Gordon G. Wisbach. Dr. Wisbach.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Britt. Yes, Gordon Wisbach. I'm an active duty general surgeon located at the Navy Medical Center in San Diego. I'm the director of the Surgical Education Fellowship, as well as the inaugural telesurgical director of our virtual medical center here. I really appreciate the American College of Surgeons establishing this academy. This platform is a tremendous opportunity for us. I have to thank the nominator of my nominator, Dr. Romeo Ignacio, who's a pediatric surgeon here in San Diego. My key mentors, Peggy Knudsen in San Francisco, Dr. Dan Jones in Boston, and then Dr. Sachdeeva, as we work closely the last couple of years developing the Surgical Simulation Summit in a virtual format, a successful virtual format. And I also have to thank my parents and then my wife and my kids in supporting me along this way. I really look forward to getting to work, leveraging technology, and collectively becoming more effective educators, paying it forward, and expanding our exploration of the science of education. Thank you very much. Back to you, Dr. Britt.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wisbach. Now it's time for me to ask for a round of applause for those inducted in the associate membership category. Now we'll go to another category, the new affiliate members. And I'll start with Dr. Phoenix Chen. Dr. Chen.
Hi, I'm Phoenix Chen. I'm the Senior Director of Education Science in Ohio State University. So thank you very much for the Academy giving me the opportunity and also the support from my mentor, Dr. Chris Allison, and my department chair, Tim Pollard. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chen. The next inductee is Dr. Catherine Moore. Dr. Moore.
I'm Catherine Moore, and I'm president of the Intuitive Foundation here in California. Thank you very much to the committee and to everyone for the honor of being inducted as an affiliate member. I've been passionate about surgical education, especially simulation-based surgical education, for my entire medical career. And through programs like the Global Surgical Training Challenge, my foundation seeks to expand access to surgical education in low and middle income countries. So I'm looking forward to working with the International Outreach Committee within this group and to many here that I've heard who are focusing on surgery in austere environments. Thank you again for the honor.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. The next inductee is Dr. Sharon L. Moret Wagstaff. Dr. Wagstaff.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. I'm Sharon Moret Wagstaff. I'm a professor of surgery at Emory in Atlanta, Georgia. My heartfelt thanks go to Dr. Hoyt and to Dr. Sachdeeva for the opportunities that they have given me to participate at the college, to Dr. Keith Delman for supporting me, and to Dr. Demetrius Stefanidis, Dr. Doug Smink, and Dr. Joe Sharma for being extraordinary role models.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wagstaff. Our next inductee is Dr. Emil R. Petrusa. Dr. Petrusa.
Thank you, Dr. Britt. Yes, I'm Emil Petrusa. I'm an educational researcher at the Department of Surgery at Mass General Hospital. I'm coming to you now from Durham, North Carolina. I'm working remotely. And I'd like to send my thanks to the college, the division, and the academy for welcoming me to this group. I also want to say thank you specifically to Drs. Mary Klingensmith, Danny Scott, and Gary Dunnington, who wrote on my behalf. And then finally, I'd like to thank Dr. Keith Lillimo for his support through these last 9 years, and a shout out to the surgery faculty, residents, and fellows, along with Dr. G, for also their support and collaboration. And I look forward to continuing to know more of you and look forward to working together in the future.
Thank you, Dr. Petrusa. Our next inductee is Dr. Deborah M. Rooney. Dr. Rooney.
Thanks, Dr. Britt. I'm Deborah Rooney, Associate Professor at the University of Michigan Medical School there. What an honor and a privilege it is to be inducted as an affiliate member to the Academy. I am so grateful. I would like to give special thanks to, I've had so many mentors over the year, and the big one that I remember is Dr. Deb DeRosa. I'd like to give a special shout out to her, as well as special thanks to Dr. Jim Cook, Carla Pugh, and Eric Hugnes, who supported this application. And of course, thank you to the college, Dr. Britt, and Dr. Sachdeeva and the Academy. And I look forward to the opportunity to contributing to this esteemed community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rooney. And next will be Dr. Ara Tekian.
Thank you, Dr. Britt and Dr. Sachdeeva. I am professor of medical education at the University of Illinois at Chicago. I would like to thank the American College of Surgeons and the Academy for this great honor to be inducted as an affiliate member. Forward for a fruitful collaboration with the American College of Surgeons and its members. And finally, I would like to thank my late parents and my sisters for their continuous support and encouragement. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tekian. Next, now, let's get a round of applause also for the inducted affiliate members. I would like to have Dr. Hort, who needs no introduction. He's the Executive Director of the American College of Surgeons. He's a founding member of the Academy. He's going to make some remarks and also give us a special champagne toast. Dr. Hort.
When you think about this Academy, and you have to kind of break it down into the words that we chose to define it. And if you know the history, the Greeks were really the first to define the concept of the Academy. And an Academy was really established first by Plato. If you've read Plato's Republic, it was a time when for the first time, humanity was really experimenting with democracy. It didn't actually work very well. Problems with people not having a very good way to go about solving problems. And so Plato basically said, after a few failures, that what we needed to do is create a space, a protected space where those interested in a topic, an intellectual topic, could come together, benefit by interaction, formal and casual interaction, and use that protected space to really appoint people that would be invited to come, and they would develop and mature by participating in that academy. So when you think about that, that's a definition that's almost 2,000 plus years old, and it's still very, very appropriate today. I mean, this academy is designed to pick out those people that are very likely to be the future leaders, encourage them to participate with more senior people who have worked on these projects and these things for a long time. And I think, although this is only 5 or 6 years old, the Academy has already demonstrated from the list of contributions that you talked about, that Dr. Sachdeeva announced at the beginning, it's already been quite successful, particularly at a time like COVID. So the Academy is one principle that I just wanted to stimulate with. The other is the concept of profession. And I think in the position I've held the last several years and sort of thinking about what are we challenged by today, our opportunity as a profession, that's something that, we get from society, we get from our fellow humans, to define a set of services that we provide to humans, in our case, surgery. And we're honored to have that profession because we take responsibility. And so what does that mean? That means mastery. So that's in our title of the Academy. Mastery meaning we really have a responsibility to learn our skill as well as we can, teach the next generation, modify our outcomes based on what we learn from practicing our skill. And we also have a responsibility to preserve that trust as part of our profession. And we do that to our patients by our commitment to learning and practice and innovation. And again, those are all key concepts that the Academy will take on. So I just thought to open this up for an initial sort of thought that thinking about the origin of our term academy, profession, mastery, and what you all are participating in might help frame going forward. My responsibility is to give a toast, and I can't give one toast, so I'm going to give three. I do have a champagne glass here, if anybody else has. So the first toast is going to be to our founders, Dr. Sachdeeva and Dr. Britt, and all the original people that contributed. The second toast is really to the leaders and to the current members, which we've seen listed in the program, and that particularly you new members that feel excited to be a part of this group. We have an extraordinary group of people that have come into this academy in the past. And the second toast is to our legacy members. And the third and final toast is really to you all as members, the new full members, the new affiliate members, the new associate members. And you're going to be the academy going forward. So to the future, I raise my glass. Back to you, Dr. Sachdeeva.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hoyt. I will ask the three college leaders who we have requested to say a few words to address you one at a time. All three of them are preeminent master surgeon educators in their own right. And I would like to start with Dr. Wayne Meredith, who was introduced as a new member of the Academy just a few minutes ago. Dr. Meredith is our president of the American College of Surgeons. Congrats, Wayne, and the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sachdeeva. Really not much more to be said other than another round of congratulations to folks. Our steering committee has been left out of a couple of these, and the steering committee has really pushed a lot to get us through some of the COVID activities and to get the work that has been done by this academy published out there in a more practical form that can be used by surgical education programs all across the country. I think there's quite a bit more to be done in that regard, and quite a bit in the pipeline for us to come along. I would put out one request that we marry with our diversity, equity, and inclusion committee. And it seems to me that we've come a long way on this round of inductees to add a lot of diversity of specialties, of different countries, all sorts of races and genders. And I think that's, I applaud the steering committee for taking a very thoughtful, effective, proactive approach toward that. I think that's going to be strengthen our efforts in the future substantially. And so in addition to that, I say congratulations to all of the new inductees, and a special thanks for allowing me to be a member of the Academy. I realize it's not an honorific society, but it sure is an honor to be a member of it.
Thank you so much, President Meredith. Please join me in giving Dr. Meredith a round of applause. And next, I'm going to request Dr. Scott Levin, who is the chair of our Board of Regents. He is also a founding member of the Academy, and he was previously introduced as a member of the steering committee of the Academy. So Dr. Levin, would you please come in and address the group, please?
Satch, thanks so much to Executive Director Hoyt, Executive Director-elect Dr. Turner, President Wayne Meredith. Wayne, first of all, it's great to see you looking so well. And we kid each other. You need a little bit of a haircut, Wayne, and that's a blessing for all of us to see that. But on a serious note, the 35th President of the United States, John Kennedy, said, "The torch has been passed to a new generation." And it has been a true inspiration for me this afternoon to see our educational leaders from around the globe, Satch, probably every continent, that are here convened with us. It's an emotional moment for all of us. Some of you may have read the book written in 1976 by the journalist and author Gail Sheehy called Passages. And I want each of you to reflect not on your clinics or your ORs or your teaching sessions this week, but the passages from university to medical school, into residency, fellowship, practice at all different phases, and the phases of practice define us. So you're going through passages, and now it's your opportunity because you've been recognized to pay it forward. And we are and will become and continue to be the keepers of the educational flame for the next generation, those that will care for us when we're getting older or quite old. And so your work begins now. You've been recognized for your contributions locally and globally for education. But this is where, as many have said, the sleeves get rolled up, the apron goes on, and we get to work. We have a unique class. Dr. Meredith, as our president, has led us to champion diversity at every level. And this is a unique class. 3 ACS presidents, 1 dean, Dr. Goldberg, from my alma mater, Temple, 1 of my co-residents, Bruce Shermer, and 1 of my trainees and now partners, Dr. Paris Butler, and most importantly, my fellow regents who have worked with me to promote diversity and specialty engagement, which many of us feel is not only evolving, but it's the future of the college. And I'd like to close on one comment, Dr. Sachdeva, to remember the pillars, the PEI cubed. PEI cubed. Many of our members know it, some have not. But as PEI cubed applies to education, professionalism is what we're teaching. Excellence. Who does not expect excellence of themselves or our trainees? That's our goal. Inclusion. You've heard all about diversity. You're going to hear more. Innovation, and I translate that to the surgical scientist and those students and residents and fellows in your labs, creating new knowledge. And finally, introspection. I embrace introspection. When I go into the OR clinic or I'm with my colleagues, how can we do better each day? Our DNA is the same. The joy of surgery is known to all of us. We stand on the shoulders of giants, as has been said. And you've been given the torch, as President Kennedy said, and please light the way for the next generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Levin. Let's give Dr. Levin a round of applause. Next, we have Dr. Stephen Wexner, who is the Vice Chair of our Board of Regents, also a member of the Academy. Dr. Wexner.
Thanks very much, Satch, and indeed a very proud member. This is an incredible group of people. The Academy of Master Surgeon Educators is unique throughout the world, as is the American College of Surgeons. So firstly, I'd like to congratulate all of the new inductees this evening, all of the members, associate members, and affiliate members on this incredible achievement. We heard the statistics, only a fraction of the applicants, all of whom I'm sure were well-deserving, were admitted to membership in this very important and hardworking group. The American College of Surgeons is the largest surgical organization in the world. And as we've heard said by Scott Levin and Dave White and others, it represents the entire house of surgery. You can see that tonight. Dr. Britt, Dr. Sachdeva went through lists of names and statistics, and we have virtually every surgical specialty and subspecialty, if not every specialty and subspecialty represented tonight. We truly are the house of surgery. In addition, we have international representation. Dr. Sachdeva mentioned 16 countries, this group of people tonight, and we saw and heard from people all over the world. So we are global. We're a truly global educational group. And the membership in the Academy is a reflection of the membership in the college overall, which is very appropriate. The international sector is our largest growing sector year on year, thanks to the work of Patricia Turner, our soon-to-be executive director, and thanks to the vision of Dr. David Hoyt. The individuals who were inducted tonight, joining the already existing members of the Academy of Master Surgeon Educators, is clear attestation that the mission of the college, and in particular the mission of the college through the Academy of Master Surgeon Educators, will have an ever-increasing global reach. Dr. Hoyt toasted to the future. Dr. Levin mentioned passing the torch. Indeed, the future is bright. It's bright beyond any torch. Every single person inducted has a torch. And the future in the hands of this group is absolutely ensured. I feel very proud to be part of this initiative and know that global surgical education throughout every discipline will be improved by the work of this newly inducted class joining the already existing members. So again, please accept my congratulations, and thanks Dr. Britt and Dr. Sachdeva for letting me have these few minutes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wexner. Let's give Dr. Wexner a round of applause. I have a few comments to make, and then I will turn it over to Dr. Britt to close the ceremony. I am so delighted with this new class. We are certainly delighted to have many of our previous inductees who have joined us today. We look forward to everyone's contributions going forward. This past year has been extremely productive. We look forward to reaching newer heights in the year ahead, and we will certainly engage everyone. Congratulations to all the inductees and their guests. And thank you all for being with us this afternoon. And I will turn it over to Dr. Brett. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sachdeva. Although I'm concluding this induction ceremony with just one word, welcome. But in all fairness, we have a lot of challenges to address as far as trying to make sure that our education is optimal. We need your expertise, we need your effort, and we need your dedication in the Academy. So I'm looking forward to you being active members. And again, congratulations. I want to thank all my colleagues. I want to thank Dr. Hoyt, Dr. Sachdeva, and others. And so with that, a big Southern welcome. I see this young lady here waving at me, so welcome to her too. So thank you and enjoy your weekend and stay safe.